Hello, EWE fans. This is the one and only original Dynamic One, Dustin J. Markowitz, coming to you. Well, I guess you'll be listening to a recording because I'm actually having lots in the event. But I'm joined by two of the very best EWE handlers we've ever had. To my left, well, I guess technically to my left, the one and only Mark. I want to call you Marky Mark so much, and I can't. I feel bad about that.
Cool story, bro.
Marky Mark. Now, Viviano. I can't pronounce the last name, man. That's not cool.
Viviano.
You know, like, I could do it like an old-timey boxing announcer. Like, Marky Mark Viviano. No?
Don't do that again.
Okay, I won't do that ever again. and of course, the one and only, the Hall of Famer, and quite possibly the greatest student. Actually, he is the greatest student I've ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, John North.
And it's me, John North. I didn't know how to say Mark's last name either, so I was glad you asked, so I didn't have to ask.
Fucking head.
Because I don't like the Italians, you know? I mean, I come from a Jewish family. The Jews and the Italians kind of have a bad history. The whole World War II thing is weird. I don't know. That's
very true. I'm disappointed you have a better radio voice than I do, and I do radio part-time. So I'm disappointed you have a better radio voice than me.
Well, you know, it is what it is. You know, I don't really know where to go with that. But anywho, us bullshitting around is not why you're listening to this podcast. We're actually here to talk about the thing that we're all involved with, the one and only Extreme Wrestling Entertainment.
We need sound effects.
Yeah, well, we're not exactly a high-budget podcast, are we?
No, not with Mark on here, for sure.
So, guys, we got a few shows coming up. First off, I guess we could talk about the girls' exclusive pay-per-view coming up, Girls Night. No, wait a minute.
That was Mark. That wasn't me.
That was not me.
Yeah.
I would have fallen asleep right now.
Hey, it's going to be worthwhile because for once we actually are going to have some talent on the show. Granted, it's me, and you know, so that's saying something, right? I mean, you know, that gives some credibility to the girl show.
Okay, I can give you that.
I went half on our static.
You know, the irony of that is he's in the main, well, I call it the main event because, you know, it's who really cares about it. No, that's really sad, actually, because main event is actually going to be pretty good, I think, because it's going to be the Women's Championship. Abby Addiction, which is Jay's character, against Amelia Peterson, the Phoenix, which is Luke's character, and we know those two have been a tag team in the past. They were DX for a long time, and I think both of them are very talented, if you want my honest opinion. I think they're both very good writers.
Oh, so we're going to start from the main event and go up instead of starting from the beginning of the card and going down.
Well, you know, no one's
start with match one.
No, match one's Penny versus Kelsey Park. Who cares about Mike? So
that's very true.
Well,
I'll give you that.
We're talking about ladies' night. We're not on ladies' night.
I'm looking at Girls' Night Out. That's the pay-per-view.
Well, we should talk about Monday Night Chaos then.
We'll get to that. That's last. We'll do that last because I want to talk about ladies' night. No, I want to talk about Girls' Night Out.
I'd say we could talk. I was gonna say we could talk about ladies' night. I mean, it's not posted yet. I don't think.
Oh, so okay. Well, that's fine. Well, yeah, I'll just say I think Jay is a very good writer with Abby Addiction, and I enjoy reading his work with her. But on the other hand, I honestly think Luke is the second best writer in EWE behind you, Dustin.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think he's number 2 too. I just think everyone else is tied for first. So, just kidding, Luke. I'm just sticking with you. No, I agree with you. I think that these two, you know, I've RP'd to both of these guys. Jay a little bit longer than Luke, and I think what's special about Jay in this match, at least, is that, you know, when he finds a character that he can kind of tap into, you know, I mean, because he's ran, what, like 400,000 characters in the last 10 years?
At least.
You know, it's good to see him. Like, for example, I think his Crime Time RPs are some of the best work that he does because he somehow managed to tap into, JTG and Chad. And with Abby Addiction, he kind of found this sort of niche that he really didn't play before, and I think he plays off it really well. I mean, that's my opinion, at least.
You got anything to say, Mark?
No. Want to know why?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, that's the hardest thing about role playing and role playing as a character is or writing on any level is to tap into the so many characters that you play, and I think once you tap into them, it makes for better writing. I know that's for any level too. It's not just e-fetting. That's other stuff too. So it's good that you're right. He has tapped into Addy, and there's a few more he's tapped into too. I think he plays a really good Triple H, and I hate Triple H. So that says a lot.
Well, Mark. Well, I mean, why don't you? I mean, did you not like the Abby Addiction character, or is there something else?
No, I think ladies like it puts me to sleep. I don't pay attention to it. I'd rather watch John Cena than read role plays by guys who play girls.
No, I mean, hold on a second, John. I mean, they're not laugh. He makes a good point. I mean, there are a lot. I'll be honest. I glaze over a lot of ladies' night unless I'm directly involved somehow. I'll read certain people, like I will read Abby Addiction. I will read Amelia, and I follow Angela Forden and Josie Wells because Scarlett's one of the ones that I help out now. But no, I
agree.
Really,
Yeah, I follow a few of them, not too many. That Mallory girl's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, she's really good. Trish Stratus, Abby's real good.
See, Mark can be nice.
Yeah, God help us all.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you guys think, as far as ladies' night, though, because I know, Mark, you don't have a female character. I've never played a female character in my 15 years.
We're not homos.
Yeah. John, I mean, have you ever really played a women's character?
Never. I've never played a women's character. I think that stems also off of being taught by you too, because you've never played a female character either.
Yeah, well, I mean, other than once in a while, I mean, I know all of us have had females in our RPs, of course, I mean, where we've used them for whatever reason. But yeah, Mark, I actually agree with you. I don't really get into a lot, and I think part of it stems from that, like, women's wrestling in general, and I'm not trying to sound old, I'm not trying to, reminisce or anything, but I'm saying, like, women's wrestling in general to me, especially now, even though I don't really watch it that much anymore, is it's all TNA. There's not a lot of actual, like, storyline or good wrestling. So I think because I don't watch real life women's wrestling, I don't really get into role-played women's wrestling. Does that make sense at all? Do you guys get kind of what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think that also you can turn that to wrestling as a product today, and why e-fetting isn't as popular as it was, say, 5 to 10 years ago. It's because the product of wrestling itself has went down, so the interest has went down. So not as many people is going to want to be an e-feds, and I think that goes. Women's wrestling has been horrible for the past 12 years maybe.
Oh well, at least that.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, you're I call you a child of the Attitude Era. I mean, I guess we all kind of were in some way, but I mean that's your favorite era. I mean, you still follow today's. Compare. I know we're getting off topic of talking about the matches, but I mean, compare the 1999 women's wrestling to today. I mean, what do you see that's different?
Same wrestling. Storylines were better back in the day. The feuds were better. Nobody ever put on a better show than The Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold, Undertaker. Nothing compares to that nowadays. It just doesn't.
Well, it's also used to back in that era, women's wrestling would get 5 to 10 minutes of television time, and now they get, which is quite a bit in today on television period. And now today it's like they get 30 seconds to a minute How can anybody be interested in that when it's just a spot filler on the show for something that the writers don't have to write?
Yeah, and the Divas have a match in like 2 weeks now, I think.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter, actually. I saw that there hadn't been a Divas match on television for 2 weeks. In I don't think any production, TNA or WWE.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I think is kind of funny about that, too? Like, now, you guys know I'm a huge 80s wrestling fan, but one thing that I've noticed, like, over the last, and again, we're way off topic all the time, but this is cool for me. I think, like, when I was watching, my grandparents had a video store when I was a kid. John, I know I've told you this story before, how I became an 80s wrestling fan. But when they closed the video store, I got all the tapes, so I got to follow, the NWA from like 1985 to current. I followed WCW, WWF, and Glow. I mean, and you had AWA, you had this influx of women wrestlers from like 1984 to like 1989. I mean, and it was big because of like the MTV thing with WrestleMania 1. You had Cyndi Lauper getting involved. You had all these, all these celebrities pushing women's wrestling. You had like Sherry Martel. You had, Moolah was still around, I guess, when she could still move. The Jumping Bomb Angels, which I don't know if either of you guys have ever seen their tapes.
No.
Either one of you guys? Yeah. Well, they were like from Japan, and they were doing stuff that you still don't even see today. I mean, we're talking Hurricanranas in like 1985. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think that you had a legitimate, like, pool of talent that was more than just punch, kick, and TNA. It was about actually telling a story, like how regular wrestling was through, the 90s and early 2000s. And I just think that with modern wrestling, you don't see that anymore. You see them go out, punch, kick, kite spot. Let's see how much cleavage we can put on TV. It's not about telling the story in the ring. And I don't care if it was a man or woman. If you can wrestle and you can make people get involved with your character, and I mentioned Sherry Martel, sensational. Sherry was great. People hated her. I mean, but you love to hate her, So,
yeah.
I think that's me at least. I don't know.
We need to get off this topic before we lose half of our audience.
Yeah. Start with chaos.
We might have just gained half an audience. We don't know.
Well, that's very true, too. I mean, we can always put in the description what we talked about, first, and if people don't want to listen, they can skip over.
Yeah.
Move along.
All right, start with match 1.
Okay, well, let's continue on the girls' night out card just because we're on. Okay, we'll go to match 1 instead. Televixen Championship, we don't really know who the winner of that was yet. Basically, it's going to be either Kelly or, I don't know, who did Kelly face? Anyone on the site?
Not near my computer.
No, I'm outside right now.
Give me
I am too.
By the way, for guys listening, that shows you I'm second in command in the Fed currently, and I don't even know who's on Ladies' Night. Fantastic. Well, okay. While I'm looking this up, Kelsey Parr obviously played my mic. I like Kelsey Parr.
Boo! Fuck that bald-headed motherfucker.
Bald! He's bald!
God, faggot.
Yeah.
Kelsey Parr gets it too.
Yeah. You know what though about Kelsey that I kind of like that Mike does is that Kelsey is probably the only E-Fitter, character in EWE that is so unsure of herself in every RP. I like that. 'Cause most of the time you see the guys go out there and they're just like, yeah, we're going to whoop your ass. No, she's actually the kind of character where it's like, I don't know what's going to happen out there. I don't think I'm that great, but I'm going to do my best. And I kind of like that. It brings a realism to the character. And Mike's been pretty good at that.
Yeah. She's so underrated.
I told Mike this, and it just feels like I told him this, and I told him I was being serious, actually, in one chat. I just told him all of his female characters just seem to run together for me. I just can't tell the difference, but I think you're right about somewhat right about what he does with Kelsey.
Okay, I just got it up. It was Kelly versus Natalya Neidhart. Now, Natalya is played by D.
D-Dog, my nigga.
And now by the time everyone probably listens to this, we're probably going to have results up. So should we do a spoiler? I can go look at the stat board real fast.
Wait.
The results won't be up for 3 weeks.
No.
Whoever's listening. So let's see here. And by the way, to defend myself, because I know there's probably going to be someone out there, I'm not going to name names, shade it, but that says I need to follow Ladies Night more. But, I'm basically, even though it's not storyline-wise, but I'm sort of like the GM of Chaos in a lot of ways. I mean, if you want to get technical, since that's, I do most of my writing for that show. So, for someone that says I need to read all the Ladies Night stuff, I say piss off, because Chaos takes a lot of my time. I did 9,500 words for the Rumble last week, goddammit.
Yeah.
So,
Who won that, by the way?
I think it was AJ Styles. I could be wrong on that, but we'll get to that here.
Well, I didn't know results were up yet.
Oh, what?
I'm just kidding.
Rumble? Oh,
I'm just kidding. Jokes.
Okay, moving on.
Smoking that Kentucky peyote again, just saying.
Yep.
All right,
what match were we on?
Natalia and someone else. I know.
Anyone that hasn't read the Ladies Night results, that cares about Ladies Night results, I'm about to spoil it by reading the judging right now. So it looks like we got one Natalia over Kelly, and man.
Come on.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm reading, unlike when you used to judge, we actually put comments on why we judge this way. Just saying. Just saying. So it's going to be Natalia versus Kelsey. Yeah. It's going to be Natalia versus Kelsey Park. So that's going to be the first match on Girls Night Out here.
Cool.
I guess I'll start off. I have no clue who's going to win that because I've never read a Natalia RP. So.
Well, I wouldn't know either because both these guys on staff, so you never know who will win or who will get fucked because it's rigged.
Nice. I'm going to have to base this on handlers because I did RP against Natalia with my last Dutch. I went against Natalia and I beat the shit out of Jim Neidhart.
17.
Yeah, baby.
We'll get to that later. We're going to get to that later.
Okay. But long story short, you're basing Mike versus D, and even though a lot of love to D, I think he actually is a good writer. He's come a long way since he's joined EWE, in my opinion. I think Mike's Mike. I mean, he pulls out some really amazing things, and I'm gonna have to give the lean to him there. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mike too, even though it's a biased opinion, but I'm going with Mike just based on his history, and you really never know what he's going to pull out with any character. You're right, because it just pops out of nowhere. Like he can be in a slump with any character he's got, and then he'll come away with a blockbuster RP and just beat everybody.
Yeah, I agree. Mike, it is.
So we'll start moving on to the rest of the card then. We'll kind of go over. Sorry, my internet goes really slow when I'm running all these programs up there, or my browser, I should say, so I'm trying to get back to the main card here. Here we go. Okay, next we're going to have Shaul Guerrero versus Trish Stratus. I believe Shaul's handled by, I never can pronounce her name, Ailey?
Dude, I'm from Kentucky. Do you think I'm good at names like that?
Fuck no, I know you're not. Fuck no, you're not.
Yeah.
All right.
Basically,
I got Trish
versus Jay. So you think Jay's going to pull it out?
Yeah, easily.
Oh, you think so? I'm with, I think whoever the chick who plays her and Mallory, Shaul and Mallory, I think she's really good, like really good. I think she nails, and Shaw's currently in FCW. I think I've seen a couple of her stuff. a few times on YouTube and whatnot. But I'm gonna go with her. I don't know. I wouldn't call it an upset pick because I think she could hang with anybody in the Fed right now. So I'm gonna go with her. I'm gonna go with Shaw.
I tend to agree with John here. No offense to Jay, but the biggest problem that Jay has is that when he is extended like this on a pay-per-view, generally speaking, one of his characters gets left in the dirt. And I think in this case, that's the match he has that has the least going for it. So my guess is that's going to be the match he doesn't focus on. So, yeah, I agree. And it's not taking anything away from Shaw here, or Allie. I'm sorry if you're listening. I can't pronounce your name. I agree with John. I think you're a hell of an RPer. But, yeah, I got to go with Shaw on that one. Moving up, we got the Ladies' Choice briefcase, which is going to be Mallory versus Mickey James. Your favorite wrestler there, Mark.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, fuck no. Fuck that female train cocksucking bitch.
That's well, for the politically correct. You know what?
I should beat her WrestleMania.
Yeah. One paragraph.
Fuck
okay,
no.
wait. So are we doing predictions now?
Off.
Well, okay. Let me say this though. Okay, I'll say this first. I think Mallory's going to win this. But I will say this about Shadek, and I mean this sincerely. I think when he first joined EWE, he was lousy as hell. I think he was, he came in spouting that he was going to be this, whatever, and I was not impressed in the least bit. I thought he was, he was a Johnny Doom. That was how I looked at it.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. Rich Age, baby. Woo! But now, I will say this. He has kind of developed Mickey James into a direction. See, I used to watch Mickey a little bit before I stopped watching wrestling when she was known. What was her old gimmick?
She was like obsessed with Trish Stratus, right? I'm not.
Yeah. She was a crazy psychic bitch.
Yeah. And
yeah.
But I think Shad has kind of turned that character into his own, and he's actually produced, whether you want to like it or not, I think he's produced some really good RPs of her. But at the same time, Mallory's incredible. I'm sorry. I think that is Ali's, strongest character right now, and I just don't see her losing that one.
So is this for the belt, or is this for? Is this for the briefcase?
Yeah, it's for the briefcase.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Mallory. It is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mallory too. But in the case of Shaddiq, I just gotta say, I think I just thought he asked me for some advice one time, and I just told him, I'm like, dude, you just gotta. I think you gotta. I know length isn't everything in role playing, but you just gotta get your length up because you gotta develop. You gotta develop the story, regardless of you can't do. I don't think you can develop a good enough story to win a match if you're doing 1 to 1.2K. You know what I mean? Unless it's just straight promo.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And that's what I told him. I told him he had to do that, but regardless, I just think. I think that Mallory character could beat. I think she could beat me right now. I think she's really hot with her right now, so I'm going with Mallory.
Yeah, she's my pick too. I think she's one of the best female role players in the business.
Yeah, by far, I agree.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the better ones that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say I do agree with John. I think, and if you've ever known me, obviously John does because I helped train him in the day. But I'm very much a proponent that length does not make an RP. But I also believe that in order for your RP to be successful, you need to paint the picture, and I stress that a lot. And yeah, I just don't think you can really do a strong picture in 1,000 words. With the exception of a straight promo, and a good example, I mentioned Mike earlier. Mike did a great White Tiger promo for WrestleMania. That was about 1,400 words, something like that, John.
Yeah. I think didn't you guys have a limit on it?
Yeah, it was 1,500. But he did and I gave him a lot of credit for that. But yeah, because you kind of know in that case, you can already see what the promo is going to be. You're in front of the backdrop, you're going to go into it. But yeah, for a standard RP, most and and correct me if I'm wrong, but I really believe that, about 2,000 to 2,500 words is generally, your limit where you want to be at the minimum. 2,000 to 3,000, I think your strongest RPs are generally between 2,500 and 3,000 words, my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Definitely.
Anything after 3,000, you start getting into, unless you have a really good story, because Lord knows I've had RPs, I've gone 4,000 or 5,000 words, but, you start kind of getting nitty-gritty where you're just filling words. You want to make your point, you want to paint your picture, and you want to send it home. You don't want to bore your audience. So.
Yep. Very true. So we've got that match taken care of. I think Mallory sweeps that one.
Yep. Unless you're Mark, and then we just copy a bunch of RPs, and then we're good to go. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I roll, man. That's how I fucking roll.
Okay.
Hey, I might take a Dutch Clark role play.
Shit, you'd win.
Fuck yeah, I would.
17. Speaking of Dutch Clark, that takes us to our next match. Tag Team Championship, Charismatic Fury versus the Divas of Doom. So that's Dutch, myself, and Chrissy Chaos, as played by Jay, against Natalia Neidhart, as played by Dee, and who is the other Diva of Doom?
I don't know, there's too many.
Yeah, well, they're all queens of wrestling. The Glamazon, which is played by Shad.
Oh.
I
have faith for this week.
Do you?
Yep.
Did we lose John?
I don't know.
Yeah, we lost John. Hold on, guys. We got technical difficulties.
I'll call back. I'm on MSN right now.
Yeah, he's calling back. I just got him.
Okay. Fucking heck.
Yeah, we could have a little theme music right here.
Doom, doom.
And she's buying a stairway to heaven. I'll just shut up now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, I guess while we're waiting for John to get back, I think John just popped in, but I was going to say, all right, welcome back. Just in case you are new, you are listening to the very first podcast, which I wasn't going to name this, by the way. I used to use, for WFS, it was Behind Enemy Lines. I kind of like that for this, too. But if you are new and you're just listening to the podcast for whatever reason, don't forget to check out EWE at http z6.envisionfree.com/EWE-Fed2K10. That is the, you know what, to be even easier, go to Google, type in Envision EWE. That is the easiest way to do it. Envision, INVISION, EWE. And yeah, we're always looking for new members, and we have generally a lot of fun for the most part. So,
where were we?
Me.
What did I miss?
We were doing theme music. Oh, no. We're actually getting into the tag match, which is going to be the first time. Actually, I got to say this because I know Jay will tell me that I should have mentioned it. First time a male has ever appeared on the Ladies' Night program pay-per-view.
But not really.
Well, you had Aileen and Auber or whatever it was, but you had, and handlers, of course. But Charismatic Fury, the reigning EWE Tag Team Champions, against the Divas of Doom. So basically, Christy Chaos and Dutch Clark versus Natalia and Beth.
I'll start out, I guess. I think Charismatic Fury or whatever it is retains easily. I think the tag team division in EWE is pretty much, it's a joke for right now. But I think this is the best challenge that you guys will have in a while until me and Abdul decide to team up on you guys and take your titles.
I don't have much to refute. I tend to agree. I think the tag division, for the most part, has been pretty weak. I think
the tag titles should be. I think they should be ditched, and I think I say bring back a TV title. I think TV titles are awesome.
I pitched that idea to Jay. I think the TV title was a great thing. I mean, I love the idea of defending a title every week. Well, John, you know.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. Yeah. I don't agree that the tag title should be ditched. Now, I'm as far as the division being weak, I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but, you know, between Jay and myself, that's a pretty tough tag team. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying that is a pretty tough combo, you know.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, but I'm just saying there's nobody that can really stop you guys unless two other, you know, like me and Mike team up, or like me, you know, two more main eventers. There's not really any, you know, mid-card guys anymore in the EWE that can team up and say, all right, well, we're going to, you know, take the tag titles. You know what I mean? Like, it always has to be like, it seems like two main event people in EWE. And it kind of takes away also from, you know, you're going to have like 4 matches and, you know, or you're going to have like 6 RPs to do in one, you know, in one pay-per-view because, you know, you got the tag titles and you may be in another match in the main event or a title match, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. And it's almost like, you know, you can almost remember back, I know you don't remember it, but back in the day they used to have like the U.S. tag titles. You know, you could have 2 tag titles. I mean, that's not an impossibility. You know, so I mean that's always an option too.
I just think you got to get we have to get a way deeper roster if we ever think about that though.
Yeah, well, I hate to say this. I mean, yeah, I don't see now. Yeah, I mean, like if John, if you teamed up with Abs, or you know, if Mark teamed up with somebody, or you know, I mean, with another big name like
Flair.
Woo! Yeah. Woo! Which, by the way, I mean, that's something else. Like, I was asked by Mark about teaming up Flair with AJ, and I love the idea, but I hate the idea.
Motherfucker.
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, keep going.
I don't know if I was scared. What did I miss?
We're good. Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling with it.
Keep going. God damn it. John, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'll tell you on MSN, Dustin.
Okay, tell me on MSN. Anyway, long story short, yeah, I just hate the idea of RPing against myself. I mean, I know Jay does it a lot, but I mean, it's tough because, I mean, where should your focus be at? And right now, I mean, I told Mark this straight up. I mean, you're right. I'm at 17 wins in a row. I mean, who's going to jeopardize my streak? I mean, other than me, you know. So that's my opinion.
Okay, so I've got my pick. You guys, I picked you and Jay. I think Mark will too.
Yeah, I agree.
Move along.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Moving up the card again, we got. God, this thing's so slow. Okay, here's an interesting one. Divas Championship, Angela Thornton versus Lita. Angela, of course, handled by Scar, and Lita also handled by Shane. Man, Shane is all over this card.
Yeah, you think?
He's like 10 characters.
He's 5 characters, I know that.
He's got at least 5 or 10. I don't know. I lost track.
5 or 10.
Jesus.
He does.
I hate to say it, Angela defense. Shayna is way too spread out right now. And Angela, I mean, looking at her last RP, I did read it, which was her fighting off Needle's cane, the twisted. Well, I mean, technically Angela's a twisted metal person too, but she's really come along. I was really happy that she came to me and asked me for some advice, and I know John gave her a little bit of advice too. And I think she's really taken it to heart. I think that she could legitimately have a run as like international champion right now. No offense to you, Mark. I mean, I'm not saying she can out RP you. I'm just saying.
Wait, who are you talking about?
I'm
talking about Scar.
How about? I beat her last week.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying, I'm making the point that she's come a long way. She's not, you know, I wouldn't call her an X Division contender anymore. I'd call her an international contender now. You know what I'm saying? She's gone beyond the entry level. You know, and I think that's a good thing. I think she has a lot of potential. So that's my pick.
She's cool.
Yeah, I'm going with Scar too. Like I said, you and I both given her advice, and I think she's going to take it. and Shaddig does a good job of managing the character somewhat, but like I said, when he gets too spread thin, his RP start running too low between, 800,000 words, and I don't think that's going to get it done against Scar.
I agree. Move on. Let's go.
Yeah, we're closing in on like 40 minutes already. That's awesome. Okay, that takes us to the main event, and we already kind of talked about it. Abby Addiction versus Amelia Peterson. This is tough because I think Jay's got a hell of a little thing going with Abby, and Luke has always been phenomenal with Amelia. Kind of a
Luke plays her? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, Luke, that's the only character Luke's really handling right now, if I'm not mistaken. And Luke's doing well with her. I mean, if Luke can stay focused, and obviously you can't call any way you look at an upset, but, I think the challenger has to beat the champion. And I really believe, I'm laughing because Jay just actually PM'd me. I was talking about this match. That's hilarious. But I think that Amelia, with Jay having to focus on so many matches, Abby might be, I don't know if Abby's going to be his primary concern. If Abby's the primary concern, then I think Abby wins this match. If Abby is not the primary concern, I think Luke wins this match. I'd like to think that Jay is going to focus on the tag match. But, yeah.
I'm going to say I'm going to go with Jay. I think Luke's time schedule right now is not the greatest. I may be wrong about that. And also, I know Abby's only got one loss. So I think that's going to come into play. I'm pretty sure that Jay has beaten Luke with that character every time they've faced so far. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I heard bragging about it one day in a chat or something. So
he did.
I'm going to go with, I think, yeah, exactly. I think Jay has a psychological advantage, and I also think, I've heard in chat, I don't know, but that Luke is just, his time schedule isn't great right now. So I'm going with Jay.
Okay.
Jay.
No explanation, just Jay.
Just like when he judged matches on the Chaos crew.
Yeah. Finally the good part.
Now, I will say this, just because, again, Jay just brought it up. He goes, he sent me, speaking of his record, he says, I got to love my Abby. 25-1 is the best record I ever had in my entire E career, which should be 26-0. Fuck Jeff.
He told me about it earlier. I think I got him talking about it earlier. But we'll move along to Chaos now. I think we talked to Ladies Night people. You can't complain because we just talked 40 minutes about Ladies Night. So there you go.
Yeah.
And yeah, and again, I mean, we could probably sit here for 2 hours talking about all just half of the OOC stuff that we talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we should definitely. Well, I'll save it for the end of the show, but I definitely think we should continue.
Yeah, we should do this like once a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into Chaos here. We could talk about we just had results go up. I mean, we could talk about that first. Going in, we had let's see, Mallory over Chaos. Chaos no-showed. I know that he's been having some problems. I mean, that's your boy, right, John?
Yeah, he is. He's moving right now, in the process of moving. I know his internet cuts off Monday.
Yeah.
Because he's in the process of moving. I think that's what he told me on MSN. We talked about it. So, because I was going to give him some advice about going against Kincaid this week. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I think he's in. I think he's in limbo right now, though.
Yeah. Hopefully his internet goes out during retribution because I'm facing him.
He does have some talent. I'm glancing over results right now. Basically, I don't know if we want to recap, but just a quick little sum. Basically, Mallory wins in 7 seconds because, of course, no one shows up. We had a little thing with Blitz 1 and Blitz 2, and I don't know what the hell JC is thinking sometimes. I mean,
I'll comment on it for just a second. I think, I'm kind of rude to him at times because I'm like, I don't want to read about your storylines going on, and I think he's sincere about what he's doing. I just wish he would get involved with a good storyline in the Fed, because if he did that, I think he would get away from a lot of the stuff that he does, with the Sonic stuff and just stuff you don't want to read over. I think if he would get involved with somebody decent, I think he would get I think it would wear off. I think it would rub off on him a little bit because I think he's right there to be a pretty good role player.
I tend to agree with you. I was actually really impressed with what he did with Leo Cat when he brought him back. I mean, I told you before, it takes balls to come out and call out the undisputed champion. I mean,
very true.
It takes some balls. So, you know, I mean, you know, I got to give him that. And, you know, and I will say this, his Sonic stuff, believe it or not, I think what he's doing with Sonic and Justin is actually pretty funny. I like how everyone keeps thinking it's Sonic is a midget in a blue suit, which I think is absolutely hilarious because that's how I've always saw that character for some reason. So,
like I did.
I think, yeah, exactly, and I think that's a really good thing. I think he's kind of seeing the more realistic part of it, you know. I mean, Sonic is no Dr. Quackerton Jr., but I think JC really, I mean, there's a lot of talent in EWE right now. And I think if JC got involved in, say, the X Division race, or got involved in the tag team with somebody, and the sad part is no one's tagging up with them, and I would love to see someone like Chaos or see someone like Johnny Rebel or somebody tag with him that was available, because I really think he could play a part, and the more that he's around the better role players, is the better he's getting. And I think
that's for sure.
I think he's an average role player, but I just wish his signatures that rate my whole page, you know.
Oh my God, you're telling me, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude, he's pulling my shit up.
Yeah, it's like he's got like 5 signatures, and in between each signature, it's like a mini signature. So it spans down the whole page.
Right.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I was looking at it one day. I'm like, wow, his signature is longer than his role play.
Move along with the results.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Moving on, we had a piece with Android 18. Which basically, Christy basically told Android told Jen that she wasn't going to take the challenge, which is, I think, part of the storyline that they got going. I teamed with Jen, Best Tag Team 2011. Woo!
Here we go.
I think that's going to be, pissing contest.
Start pissing, everybody.
No, but I think I like Jen's RPs. I think the one that she did for WrestleMania, where she basically was now an accountant for this, what was it, the child's home that her parents run. I like that. I thought that was good. I thought it's kind of funny to see her in a different role like that, you know. So, my opinion.
I bug Mike all the time about how I think he is 18 and Riku, but then and then you read 18's work and you're like, oh, she's a lot better than Mike, so it's not Mike.
Hey guys,
same person.
I gotta grab some of the drink. Hold on. Right back.
Oh, so you're just gonna leave in the middle of everything, and that's not good for you're not supposed to have dead air because people tune out. So go ahead and.
Oh wow. What's up?
How do you pronounce your last name?
Viviano.
Viviano.
Yes.
It started off with, that's a pretty.
It's easy to pronounce.
That's a pretty queerish.
It's hard for you.
Last name.
It's hard for you, I understand, because you talk out your asshole like. You sound like you have.
Do your best. Do your best Southern accent right now.
What?
Do your best hick accent right now.
My name is John Noss. I know, right?
Okay, that was pretty good.
God, King. What?
What? My God, King.
Right now.
My God, it's Stone Cold. Stone Cold.
Texas rattlesnake.
It's a Texas rattlesnake, King.
That son of a bitch.
He has no soul, King. All right, Dustin, it doesn't take this long to get something to drink. Because if he doesn't hurry up, this thing is going to go an hour.
Hey, he's quicker than Manny busting a nutsack.
I'm a little pissed off. I actually put a bottle of water in the freezer to chill faster, and I forgot about it, so now I have just a rock-solid bottle of water. That really sucks.
Awesome. Now let's move along.
Story, bro.
Entertain the masses.
Yeah. By the way, this is John North from Kentucky. I want to say a little bit of...
Sounds like John Wayne.
Oh, well, we're going to go into the saloon. We're going to have whiskey. All right, moving on. The one and only dynamic Derek Daniels versus Brooke McGuire. Yeah, you know...
It's all about me.
Yeah.
It's all about me. No, I didn't feel like, I mean, I have nothing going right now for Derek. I'm just hoping that something hits before Retribution, but if it doesn't, whatever. I've ran my course with Derek. If nothing else comes, it doesn't come. I don't care.
We also had the return of Eli Hogan.
He's your Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, he's going to the
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame. For sure.
You know, Eli, I will say, he's persistent. I got to give him that. I mean, I can't say he's a great role player, but...
I have never read an RP by Eli the Kid.
Yeah,
Same here.
He's okay. I don't even want to call him okay. He shows up, but he at least is consistent. So, I don't know. I'm hoping this is a turnaround for him.
Well, Jay doesn't like masked wrestlers, so he isn't going to push Eli the Kid. Sorry, Eli. You're
what? You got a little.
Sorry, Eli. You're for the 24/7 title.
Eli, I love you.
We had Christy against Beth Phoenix, which is, you know, the Glamazon. Christy won pretty.
AKA Tranny. AKA female.
Next.
Christy, blah, 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 blindsided by Natalia. Oh, that's going into the tag match for Girls Night Out. The Saw Puppet has been showing up all over, by the way, which I think is part of JC's thing that he's doing. But I will say this, you know, I was laughing seeing the Saw Puppet because I was actually thinking back, what was it, what's the Halloween show on EWE? Night of Terror, right?
Yeah.
Is that what? Didn't we have like a jigsaw challenge, John, you and I versus Jay and Luke?
Yeah, I don't think I showed up for that. I think I just left you hanging. But yeah, I think we had one. It was like you had to escape from the room or something, and it was all kinds of scary stuff. I don't remember. I'm not. You have to ask Jay. He's the EWE encyclopedia.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's true. I mean, then we had Emperor Ben versus Mark. Oh, I'm sorry. We had Christopher Kincaid versus Daniel Bryan.
No comment.
No comment. I don't want to say that Kincaid won 4-0 and Bryan got slaughtered, but you know, I'm just throwing it out there.
I think Daniel Bryan has ran his course in AWE.
Fuck you.
What?
What'd you say?
I said I think he's ran his course. I don't think think they're gonna keep RPing as your other character, CM Punk.
One in the fifth match, we had my match. We had Natalia Neidhart versus Dutch Clark. That was another one. I think it was unanimous voting.
17.
We'll get to that later.
I was just going to say, I finally got some of my frustration out against Jimmy Neidhart.
Yeah, you told me that story before you had written RP. I was really looking forward to it. I'm going to be honest, that was one of the best, I think, role plays you've ever written that I've read.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was really good because I think all of that pent up, frustrations that you had for Neidhart really came out in that role play. And that's what made it strong because it had real emotion in it. That's the strongest role play is when you have real emotion in it.
I think Dustin's role play against Nick Chaos was the best.
Oh, you know what? That actually was a pretty good role play. The game 4.
Here we go.
Hey, I should have won with the blue waffle. PG.
Yeah.
EWE is PG.
Yeah. I was going to say, I do appreciate it, man. Jay, I'll say this too, just because this actually made me feel incredibly good. Jay actually gave me a 10 on that RP, and I think that's the first 10 in my 2.5 years I've been back in EWE that I've seen him give. And yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know who knows the story. Mark, I told you the story. I don't know if Mark heard the story about why I wrote that. Did I tell you about that?
No, I don't think so.
Long story short, the story that I described in the role play, and if whoever's listening hasn't had a chance to read it, you might guess. But basically, when I was younger, I was like 12, 13, something like that. I had a chance to go see an SCW show, which is Cincy Wrestling here locally, and Jim Neidhart was on the card, and I was a big Heart Foundation fan, the tag team Heart Foundation. And before the show started, a lot of the wrestlers were getting there. They were running a little bit late. I had a chance to talk to like Yokozuna. Who was the hog? Henry Godwin. Remember him? The hog farmer. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Really nice guys. And then Jim Neidhart came out, and I was like, wow, this is cool. This is the Anvil, And I said, Mr. Neidhart, can I have your autograph? And he looked at me. He says, I don't have time for this shit. And he just busted right past me and walked in the building. And that was really horrible. Now, what's cool, though, about that story, and I didn't mention it here, Paul Roma, everyone hates Paul Roma for whatever reason, but Paul Roma was right in the same car as him. He had like 4 bags in his hand, and him and his wife or girlfriend who was working at the time, and he looked at Jim, shook his head like in disgust, put all his bags down. He says, I'll be more than happy to sign it for you, man. And I said, oh, that'd be great. And because I knew who Paul Roma was, too. And I said, I used to watch him Pretty Wonderful with Orndorff, and he says, yeah, I'm going to make sure you call me Pretty Paul Roma, joking around. But yeah, Neidhart was just an absolute asshole, and that really hurt. When the show actually started, we booed the crap out of him, and Roma was supposed to be playing like, remember, what the hell was his name? Salvador Sincere, the Italian, everyone hated him.
Yeah, I do.
You guys remember that gimmick? Do you?
Mark doesn't.
I know.
Paul Roma was playing like this pro-Italy, screw USA kind of role. Everyone's booing him, and he's facing this Patriot ripoff. Everyone's booing him except me, my old man, and like my 4 friends or 5 friends that were there with me. I think no, maybe it was like 3 friends, whatever. But we're all cheering the hell out of him because of what he did. During the match, he's cheating, he's choking with tape and all this, and he was kind of weird because we were, cheering him like crazy, and he keeps pointing at the referee saying, "Asshole into the front row if I'm cheating," and we're like, no. And the Patriot wannabe, I think he was supposed to win the match, but we completely turned the crowd against him because of what Roma did, and the promoter, we knew my dad, and he was asking him why we were cheering for Roma so much. And, I told him, and yeah, Paul was just, not saying he's ever going to listen to this, but, I want to say thanks, buddy, because that really meant a lot to me when I was younger. And Jim Neidhart, you're still a piece of shit in my eyes. So, yeah, that's the story. And that's why I wrote what I did.
So the Rumble.
Yeah, wait, we got one more. We got the Johnny Chaos and Cameron, the returning Cameron Hayden to EWE. So I guess that's going to be coming up here pretty soon.
Yes.
Any thoughts?
I think it's interesting because I think those 2 characters are, people want to say they're the same, but they're like just completely different. And I think it's going to be a real clash of, writing. I think whenever they do face off, I'm really anxious to see how good Cameron Hayden still is.
Well,
he might take the win.
I was going to say, how long has it been since he's been active in EWE?
It's been a while. I know that. I want to say Jay will know for sure, and Jay will correct me, I'm sure, because he knows all, but I'm saying like 2006 maybe.
Okay. Well, I know he did some spot stuff like a couple of years ago. He did like 1 or 2 matches or something. Wasn't that? Didn't he show up for something?
I'm not sure. I just got back in the game, a year ago, so.
Well, no.
Or 2 years ago.
I came back. Yeah, I was gonna say you came. Well, me too. That's what I'm saying. You came
shortly
back.
after. It was a couple months.
Yeah. Well, at that point.
Because I just started getting on MSN. All right, that's a different story for a different time. But.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. We're already at over an hour, so.
Yeah, so we gotta get going.
Yeah. Going into the Rumble. Take it away, guys. That was my baby right there. I
really, really, really enjoyed it. Probably the most enjoyable results, honestly, that I've read since, I wasn't too hot on this year's WrestleMania, but I'm saying it's right up there with your match last year at WrestleMania. It's probably better. I think it should be Match of the Year candidate for sure, and I love how you captured Bobby the Brain Heenan, because he's one of my idols, so really love that, and I thought you captured the whole Flair thing was absolutely hilarious, so I really enjoyed it.
Mark, any comments?
I liked it as well. I think he did a hell of a job. And I agree with John. Probably Match of the Year, possibly. He did a hell of a job. And it was worth the wait, actually. I was getting fed up with the results being late, but we're used to that by now.
Let's be honest, Mark he didn't read it. He just skimmed it.
I did read it.
He can't read. Mark can't read.
I'm going to fuck you up.
Well, I appreciate it. I was actually, the turnout was incredible. I mean, everyone was kind of getting fed up with judging, and, I tried jumping on that pretty early when I was writing it, but, I mean, I got to be honest, we kind of figured that Flair would have been there towards the end, and, yes, and I made my apology. Yeah, I might have taken a couple liberties with Flair, but screw it. It was 20 years, guys. I mean, if you haven't watched the 1992 Royal Rumble, please go do so, because that's honestly one of the greatest and funniest matches ever, in my opinion.
It's automatically, after you had me watch it a couple of years ago, it automatically jumped into my, top 5 greatest matches of all time. And I've watched a lot of wrestling, so definitely, yeah, go watch it.
Yeah, Mark hasn't watched it, just saying.
He's not going to. He's going to watch it.
I'm forgetting.
You need to sit down, man. If I was going to show a match to somebody that had never been a wrestling fan before on what would make a good, not only a good performance, but an announcing, oh my God, the announcing is
it's the best, yeah. We could have a whole podcast over the 92 Royal Rumble, so.
We should have some time. I wouldn't mind. I was going to say I know, again, off topic here, but the Piper mounting match on there, too, is freaking hilarious. So,
it was a good pay-per-view overall.
Yeah, I thought it was done very well. But, big thing there, AJ Styles, your new #1 contender. One hell of a role play. Captures. I followed Styles in his pre-days, like when he was still in Indy. And I just think the AJ Flair dynamic is great, and I'm happy I'm able to be a little part of that. But it's really good. He does so well playing AJ. I mean, it's plain and simple. I have no other way I could put that. So. Yeah,
I agree. I thought I think in predictions for that match I had Edge, or did I have? I think I maybe had Quinn and Edge or Styles, I'm not sure, but I definitely thought Styles had a shot, just because of the RP the following week.
There were, but the thing was, and I'll say this too, and this is a big credit to everyone who actually role played. I mean, there was literally, I'd say, 10 or 11 role plays in that match that, could have been the winner there. I mean, like Jason Phoenix, Edge, Yeah.
Quinn, Edge, that Mike Smith guy.
The Hurricane.
Oh God.
You know,
There's a hurricane coming through.
Big props to. I got to give big props to two guys right now, and that's Mike and Jay. Jay, for one reason, because he actually did Tully Blanchard, and he's never seen a Tully Blanchard promo, and he hit it right on the head, and that's pretty tough to do. He's watched one Tully Blanchard promo and managed to do a little short filler, and it was really good. But did you guys read Mike's Arn Anderson by chance?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, pretty good.
I was like, wow, that's like 1995 Arn Anderson to the T right there.
Well, you got to think, Mike was what? He was like 25 in 1995, so.
Yeah. Old motherfucker.
But yeah, so that pretty much is it. We're going into Retribution. Do we want to run over the current Chaos card? We're already yeah, we might as well.
Might as well run it down. I'm sure you can edit some of this out if you possibly can to make it a little under or a little over an hour instead of.
Going on to the last portion here is the upcoming card on Chaos, which will be, I believe, this is going to be the last Chaos before Retribution. No, there has to
The
be
Go Home Show.
Another one.
Is there one more?
Retribution.
Oh yeah, there is one more. He's right.
Yeah.
Unless results doesn't go up, which is possible.
Yeah, we'll go over the dark matches real quick. Michael McGillicuddy versus Spider-Man.
I'm going with Spider-Man. It's the amazing Spider-Man. You can't go wrong with him. That motherfucker can whoop your old ass.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Michael McGillicuddy is is he the son of Mr. Perfect? Am I right about that?
Yeah, he is.
I think
He is.
I think he's being handled by. Isn't he being handled by the guy who plays Vince?
I don't know. If I were him, I would bring him in as the son of Mr. Perfect and not Michael McGillicuddy.
If I were him, I'd bring in Mr. Perfect. I don't know, in 7 years. He's still a phenomenal wrestler. You can do that.
All right. Anyway, yeah, I'm picking. I'll pick Michael McGillicuddy.
I'm going with Spider-Man.
I'll go with McGillicuddy, and I don't mind someone playing Spider-Man. I looked at his finisher. He shoots webs through his hands, flies from the ceiling, and kicks a guy. I don't care how much money is in pay per view. That's not going to happen.
All right.
Personally, I don't care if it's a dark match. It's just one of those I don't give a fuck match. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I just don't. Like I said, it's turning into a fan fiction. You know. So I mean, I don't care. It depends on how he plays Spider-Man. If I'm going to take him seriously or not, or if I have a match with him, I'll just literally do 100 words and let him win because I just hate going against characters like that.
Or you can do like what I talked to you before, just basically smash the nuts out of him for being a fraud.
That's true too.
You know, that's always the fun stuff. God damn it!
What's
Why
the
did
fucking
you?
match?
Oh, hold on. I got a live tweet from Michael Jensen.
What?
Wait.
What does that bald faggot want?
No, Jay goes, a live tweet from Michael Jensen, Lowell just came. I said, no, go ahead. We stopped the show for it. Might as well.
What's he gonna do? Add 3 more people in the X Division match? Fucking cocksucker.
Dead.
That's fucking funny, man.
What's the live tweet? Tell him to hurry up.
I'm asking him. I tell him Mark says more people at the X. Damn. I was hoping we have a special. Okay. Anyway, going on. We have Christian, and now you're on. I missed that theme song. What is it?
I'm with you. I love that theme.
Me too. I love all those teams.
Versus Mark Steele.
I'm going with.
Did Mark Steele show up for the Battle Royal? Or the Rumble?
Yeah, he did. I think.
By the end of the role play, we almost knew it was him. So, he needs some work. I'm sorry, Mark, you're going to say this. God bless you, man, but you need a little work, my friend.
I'll go with, since you said that, I'll go with Christian. The Peeps. Peep Power.
One more match.
Jack Michaels is
Christian as well.
All right, that's 3 for Christian.
Okay, Eli the Kid versus Scott Rock. I haven't seen
Eli the Kid.
Scott Rock. I had a match with Scott Rock. I think that's who. Is he the Big Papa Pump, Pig Bass?
Yeah.
So I felt really bad, and I didn't want to role play with DDD. So I'm like, well, what do I do? And then I'm like, I told Jay, I said I'm just going to mail it in this week. And then 30 minutes before deadline, Scott Rock pops up on the boards for the first time in like 4 months or whatever. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to role play now. And then he didn't even show up.
I remember that.
Okay, going on our opening match, we have, this should be interesting, Leo Cat versus Assassin.
Leo Cat. Assassin's not going to, Steve's not going to show up.
Leo Cat.
Everyone always talks about Assassin, and, I've seen some of his old role plays, and
he's good.
Yeah, but all of
I mean, I feuded with him when I first came to EWE as Derek Daniels. That was my first feud.
So that was like, what, 1989?
When I was born, thank you very much.
But he, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I've read his modern stuff. Everyone was like, oh, man, Assassin's this, Assassin's that. I wasn't impressed at all. It was a lot of rambling, in my opinion. So
he's had a lot of pig bases, but I don't think he's going to show up. He usually signs up and then flakes out within 2 or 3 weeks. So Leo Cat will win that one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with Leo Cat too. I'm not saying, like I said, I saw his old stuff. His old stuff was good. In fact, Johnny, I remember you showing me some of his old stuff back in like 04. I do remember that.
Yep.
Anyway. Okay, we got, now this should be interesting too, Sonic the Hedgehog versus Christian Taylor. I kind of like the Christian Taylor character, actually. I think it's kind of funny, the sex pot, or sex pot, whatever he calls himself.
Who?
I don't know who that is.
Christian
I think
Taylor
you're confusing him.
No.
I think Christian Taylor just signed up.
Yeah, that's the one that's handled by Jason Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I
didn't know that. I thought he was handled 3 to 5 characters.
I thought he was the same guy who handled Adrian Quinn and the other guy, and Edge.
I don't know.
They're 2 different people.
Christian Taylor was, whatchamacallit, that was the same Christian Taylor, not KOX, it was KOX, where I fought him for, no, it was, what's our, the one where we voted, Extreme Overload?
Yeah.
I did the TV title against him.
Oh, well, I have no idea.
Well, Johnny, remember I did the RP where we got the gay porn, and I asked you to use the Derek thing, and all the gay porn was Christian Taylor on it?
I thought that was the other guy that had the M&M pig base.
No, that was Christian Taylor.
I'm sorry, I'm about to go in there and check it.
But yeah, if it's the same Christian Taylor and the one that role played for the Royal Rumble, and I thought he did a good RP for the Royal Rumble, I gotta go with Christian. Although, like I said, Sonic's little play on himself is pretty funny right now, so that's my opinion.
Christian as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Moving on.
Quick plug.
Quick what?
What the fuck?
Hello, Dustin?
Yeah, hey, other people might listen to this at some point, especially if we put it on YouTube. Just saying.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we're doing a podcast, basically. I'm going to put it on YouTube. That means everyone who's on my YouTube stuff is going to see it, and people who are in EWE might show it to their friends that are not in EWE. I want to have them be able to join EWE if they're not in EWE. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I don't know what... Yeah.
Okay. So.
Okay, moving on. Next match.
Yeah. Well, if I can actually say how they're going to get to EWE first. But yeah, guys, if you're not an EWE, you're listening to this podcast, and as you can tell, we're all a bunch of idiots having a lot of fun here. Google Envision EWE. That's INVISION EWE. It'll take you to the site. I can actually read the whole site again, but it's really long and obnoxious. So, yeah, Google Envision EWE, or talk to your friends who are on this, and yeah, sign up today. I mean, it'd be a really great thing, and we'd love to have anyone new come in. So, except for Mark, he doesn't like anyone new, but.
I don't like anyone.
All right, match 3. We have AJ Styles versus the Viper, Randy Orton.
I'm going with Randy Orton for the upset.
No comment. I'm going with Orton as well. I think he's just too good for AJ to handle.
I'm changing my pick. I'm going with AJ.
I'm going with AJ
just because
as well.
Mark. All right, I'm going with never mind. Forget it.
I'm going with the referee. I think Mark Curtis might be doing this match, so I'll go with Mark Curtis or Earl Hebner. Maybe Earl Hebner. Orton's RP for the Rumble was a great character development. It was a horrible match RP. My opinion, again. He has writing talent, but I think AJ's hot. I think AJ is extremely talented, and I'm fortunate enough right now to be doing a little work with AJ. So, yeah, I'm giving it to AJ. So,
AJ.
Yeah, I'm going on. That's fine. Yeah.
Match 4, we have Crime Time versus the Outlaw Country Boys, which is Rebels 2 guys.
That is a very, now that I'm looking at it, that is a very hilarious match because you have two Southern, probably racist guys against Crime Time.
So basically 2 John Norths versus Crime Time.
Oh, come on. I'm not the one who dropped N-words in chat. I think that's Manny and Mark.
I don't do shit.
Anyway, yeah, I'm going with, I'll just jumpstart here. I think it's going to be, I think Jay plays, we talked about it earlier, Jay plays really good Crime Time. I think he'll win easily.
I agree.
I'm going Crime Time as well.
Okay, 3 agrees. What's the next spot? Daniel Bryan versus Beth Phoenix. And somehow Daniel Bryan has a champion symbol, and I don't understand that.
Because he's the number 1 contender.
So,
yeah, so it's like that's what's on the line. So he's got the spot that's on the line.
See, I gotta be honest, I don't really understand that so much. I mean, why would you? Whatever. I mean, I'm not arguing with Jay, but I think it's kind of dumb. I mean, why don't you just put them both in the match? I mean, you make it more exciting that way instead of making them gamble. One gets into it, one doesn't. I don't get that.
Yeah, let's put in another person in the Ultimate X. I agree. Let's have that one end in a DQ or something, and then.
I mean, they're both
just for Mark.
Obviously. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying they're both good role players. I mean, why? I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Well, I showed Mark, in the process of showing Mark some of Bryan Danielson's ROH stuff. So I think he'll tap into the American Dragon. I think he'll tap into some American Dragon, and he's going to kick your effing head in top Bryan Danielson. I think he'll come through on this match.
Yeah, I think Bryan will win as well, as long as he doesn't copy the same paragraph as his old role plays.
Okay, moving on. I agree with that, by the way. I did Bryan. We've got match 6. Christoph Kincaid versus John North. Weird. Oh, wait, wrong pick base. I'm sorry.
It's funny, because it's Billy Kidman. I thought the same thing earlier.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but it's clean-cut Billy Kidman, which was John North. So
Yep.
That's the beauty of it. You know what? Chaos is good, but Chaos has been spotty at best. Kincaid is hotter than hell right now. And Yeah, Kincaid, easy.
I'll go with Kincaid as well because I think even though KS is my boy, I think he's going. He said he was talking to me on MSN about how he may not be able to role play for this match. If not, he'll have to rush it regardless. So I'm going with I'll go with Kincaid as well.
Going with Kincaid because he's hot right now, and the Bastard beat me last week. He's on a roll lately. I don't think anybody's going to stop him, so I'll go with him easily.
That's going to take us into, let's see here, Jason Phoenix versus CM Punk. You know what? CM Punk has been played to a T in EWE, and I will admit that. But at the same time, Phoenix has been really good. I mean, he's done some really good RPs here.
Yeah, he's been quietly good.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jason Phoenix. I'm going to go Phoenix.
Yep, I'm with you, Jason Phoenix. I don't think CM Punk, while he's been on point, I don't think he'll show up this week. What? What's so funny? Because I'm CM Punk? Is that what the joke is?
I'll go with Phoenix as well. I think he's very good. And who knows if John will show up this week.
Yeah, who knows? I get WWE, so I mean, if I don't want to show up a week, I don't show up a week. You don't see Derek Daniels on the card this week.
Let me throw something out there. Do you think Jason Phoenix could contend for the world title at this point?
I would, yeah, I think so. I think he should get a push soon because the world title picture is just the same damn people, every week or every pay-per-view. So we need to get some. I mean, I'm more than willing to let him jump rope me and go over and get a shot at you.
I have no problem with that. I tend to agree. I mean, of course, the one thing that I will say, and this is something that I was explained. I forget who I was talking about this, but the concept. We were talking to Abdul about this. The concept of the ranking system. Like remember we were talking about the tag team titles?
Yeah.
Going through the ranks. I think that's something that Jay actually does do pretty well. But you're right. I think that some of these guys need to get some pushes here soon because we need to freshen things up.
Yeah, I agree. I just think throw those guys because I'm gonna look down here at the undisputed ranks, and I mean you look at it and you're right now Dustin's on top, and then you have after that Brooke McGuire, of course, because she was given her spot by White Tiger. Then you have Christy Chaos, Abdul, and Mickey James, and then DK. So, and then, down here in the international spot, you have guys like D-Dog, AJ Styles, Derek Daniels, The Rock, and, there's me and Jay. But I just like to see some of those guys, let Spider have a push, even though, he hasn't been back on. I just think sometimes you have to do away with the rankings, because if you don't, and you just kind of have the same guys on top all the time, and it's just not fun. I would like to see, somebody like, Spider and somebody like D-Dog, somebody like that, just get a title shot.
Well, I'm looking at the rankings myself right now, and I will say this. I faced Brooke McGuire. I didn't face Christy, but obviously, we kind of know why I'm not facing Christy right now. So, I've faced her at before. Abdul as Alessandro, there's a storyline that we haven't. Which, for the record, and John, you're in this too. We really haven't explored that at all.
No, at all.
Derek or Dutch. For those that don't know who are new, Alessandro uses Jack Michaels, which was my primary character in 2005 in EWE, and is the storyline trainer of Dutch Clark, Derek Daniels. Angela Thornton and a few others through the Mean Machine School of Wrestling, but he's what do you want to call him right now? I hate to use the term slave, but I guess now he's actually a full-fledged manager for.
Well, since we aren't on the D-Dog and Spider match yet, I think you can use slave appropriately.
Yeah, no offense out there. I'm just using. But that was the concept, though. That was the whole storyline was that Jack was supposed to be kind of the slave to Alessandro, found the loophole, and actually became a full-fledged manager and is now working with him. But, you know, we were under the impression that eventually it was going to be Alessandro and Dutch, with, you know, Derek playing in a role in there and whatnot, and we just really haven't hit that stride for whatever reason. Mickey James, I faced one-on-one. Dane, which is Dean Winchester, I faced one-on-one. Man, actually, I hate to say this, the majority of the contenders I've gone against. Great. Wow. Yeah,
well.
Fresh blood. So, yeah. All right, moving on. We got Dane versus Adrian Quinn. I'll be the first to say I kind of like the Dane character. I think Dean has gone in a very odd direction that makes me, frankly, uncomfortable. Makes me very uncomfortable. And that's good in a lot of ways. So, of course, Quinn is really good, too, although I think he's a little too I think the character is too narcissistic for not winning. You know what I mean? Does that make sense at all? You know?
I think it fits. I think it fits his character well, though. The handler's character, I think it fits it very well. The way he, you know, puts down the matches and whatnot, and the losses.
I think there comes a point where, I mean, John, if you're facing Adrian Quinn right now with Derek Daniels, and the character is nothing except about himself as far as his narcissism, and he hasn't won a match, what's the first thing that you're going to knock on?
Him not being able to win a match.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, I would venture a guess and say I would probably start to reevaluate my character a little bit. That's just you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with Dean Winchester here. I think Adrian has backed himself into a corner. I mean, and I could be wrong. I would love to see him pull out an upset here, but yeah, I think the Hall of Famer, Mr. Winchester, is going to make it.
Yeah, who's not a Hall of Famer? Anyway, I do think.
Tyson, 2013.
Here we go. Drop this crap. Anyway,
What the
you
fuck?
totally dropped my train of thought.
Driveway.
What?
Huh?
There's a dog in my driveway.
Well, pet it.
Fuck that, I'm allergic. I don't want to die.
Well, definitely pet it then. Anyway, I was trying to, you know, I'm not a big fan of DK's RPs particularly. I'm just reading through some of them, gazing through some right now. I just think, it just seems like he forces too hard that his character is dark and stuff like that. I can't really put my finger on it, but it's like last week I you know, popped off at the mouth on the OC board and Jay kind of got mad at me over it. But I mean, it's like, his RP last week against Spider was pretty good. The way he can, it was the symbolism with the Spider and stuff like that. But just other times I just feel like he tries too hard to be the dark, mysterious, you know, crazy character. It just seems forced to me, and that's never good when it's something seems forced. Regardless, I'm going with Quinn on that one.
Okay.
Quinn as well.
I love your in-depth analysis of that match, Mark. I swear. I mean, I'm thinking ESPN use you as a color commentator. I think that'd be great. I really do.
If I hadn't been on here, this podcast would have at least been, it would have been 30 minutes because all Mark would have done is cuss people out and just gave one-word answers to predictions.
I don't need to back my shit up. I just say it like it is.
Quad pod! Quad pod! Oh, sorry. Okay, co-main event time. So we have a co-main event, which I think is pretty funny with the two only black handlers here in EWE. I'm not saying Jay's racist.
Fucking racist.
But
I'll say it.
We're going to have Spider versus D-Dog, and I think it's kind of funny because, you know, their characters are actually really similar in a lot of ways, but they're also really different. D-Dog right now has got the international title, which I will say this for the record. I do love the international title design because I love the old Intercontinental title. I think that's so cool. That's what it's modeled after. You know what? Both of these guys are pretty hot right now. I think Spider has more to prove, especially in a non-title match. And, yeah, I think Spider's going to win here.
I'm going to go with, this is just basically a coin flip because I'm with you. I think they're both on the same talent level, and I'd like to see Spider get up and stay long enough where he could contend for, undisputed title because we need, in EWG, we need more diversity on top, and we need a black person as the champion. A black character, I'm sorry. But yeah, I think, I'm just messing. I just swear I'm just messing. I'm just messing. But yeah, I'm gonna go with D-Dog.
I'm going with D-Dog because I hate Spider. The dude called me boring, and I don't really appreciate him at all. I think he's a cocksucker.
Well,
I want to get some more details. D-Dog is.
Yeah, well, just leave it at that.
Yeah.
We need more black world champions. It's funny, I was watching, what's that show on Legends of Wrestling, the Roundtable thing?
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They were doing the one on Soul in wrestling, and it was like Dusty Rhodes, Cowboy, Bill Watts, Tony Atlas, I think, and Jim Ross. Anyway, but they were talking about that, and I'm thinking, yeah, I think Jay needs to be more like WCW in the 90s. Ron Simmons, world champion. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's put a African American over.
You know what? And both of them actually have the talent. I had a chance to go against both these guys, and I was the one that unsurfed Spider during his tenure, his first time here, and hell, I know he'd probably give anything to take a shot at me again. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think that'd be really good. So, and we have one final match: Brooke McGuire versus Edge. Huh. I'll give it to you, John. What do you think?
I'm gonna hope that Brooke pulls it out, even though I think Edge is gonna win. But like I said, I put Brooke over last week, and to make her a legitimate title contender, and I hope she wins this week, at least character-wise, so it'll look good storyline-wise going against Dutch.
Mark, what do you think?
I think, yeah, this is going to be great to main event. I guess I'm going to go with Edge. I think he's very good, and Mike hasn't had a good match in a while since DDD fucked him over last week. I'll go with Edge.
I'm going to have to... Ooh. Edge has been really good. Even though I will say this, it pisses me off, kind of, that he takes credit for the other Edge's accomplishments. Although I guess that makes sense because it's the same character. But you kind of see where I'm going with that. I mean, it's sort of like, if I was Hulk Hogan and I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. Or like the fake Razor Ramon taking credit for the real Razor Ramon's, 5 Intercontinental title victories, that kind of thing.
I think that's also pretty smart though, him doing that. I mean, because I hate when guys come in and they're like, and there's been a character before them and they just completely just pretend like they've never been there before. I just think it sucks to just keep starting over with a different character. So I'm kind of opposite of you. I kind of like it.
Well, I can see that point too. It's sort of a catch-22, I guess. I mean, I will give him credit that he did take the time to research the character too. He knows about the feuds in the past, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Brooke only because I agree, John. I think that Brooke needed the rub that you gave her. I'm not saying that Mike isn't a world contender, obviously, but I think with the Brooke character, he's not. And I think this is a big match for him. I think that if he can beat out Edge, that will give him some momentum to go against Dutch. If he can't beat out Edge, I'm not saying I'm going to run over Mike, but, Mike calls me his kryptonite. So you know, I don't know. That's how I feel. So. And
my kryptonite is actually 13-year-old girls, so you're fine.
That's me. Never mind. Mike, I was going to say all women. Shit, Mike thinks. But, no, Mike, I love you, buddy.
I don't.
Much shit for the cards. Yeah, you don't like anybody, Mark. Well, no, I take it back. You love John, you love me, and you love Manny, so we're good to go.
I love you too, Dustin.
I hate Mark.
Seriously, there's only like 3 people. There's like 5 people on EW I might like.
I get along with just about everyone, although I am the semi-filler champion of the Federation now, so, you know.
I don't.
Hey, you were hot that night, but I think our final are we gonna do our final topic, or have we ran too long?
Screw it. We're gonna close it on 2 hours anyways. We might as well make it an even 2 hours here. Yeah, if you're still with us,
shit.
We'll go take. We're on hour 11 of our roundtable discussion here, but no, I guess the last thing it's like what I used to do with Behind Enemy Lines, just kind of talk about news, rumors, and pretty much whatever else is going on in the Fed. John, you want to start with something that's a hot button topic right now?
Yeah, I think the first thing that we should talk about and discuss is the streak that you've got going on right now, because everybody knows, because everybody's read DDDRP, they know the first thing I brag about is being 25-0 when I first debuted in the EWE. So, and you're very close to breaking that record.
Yeah, I'm sitting right now at wait, Mark. Let's hear you say it, Mark.
Oh my God.
17.
DC, UDS 2012, Dutch Clark undefeated 2012. No, it's been pretty amazing, actually. I think that if I can keep this is the first time, I think, in a long time that the ideas have really flowed and continued to flow for me, and I've been able to take Dutches in different directions that I wasn't able to do it by Jack or even Dutch, when I first came in. If I get a chance to get there, I mean, it'd be awesome. If I lose tomorrow, I lose tomorrow. I think even at where I'm at now, considering some of the people I have, I guess I know people like to joke that I haven't faced anyone, but I faced the current international champion, I faced the former international champion, I beat the world champion, I won phase 3, which was, a lot of different people in that, and yeah, I'd love to have a chance to say that I broke John's streak, and no offense, John, I mean, it's just, it'd be an awesome thing. I think that 25-0 is just incredible, and yeah, I'd love to have that opportunity. I'd love to be able to get there. So I'm hoping that we can keep it together, and God willing, we could see the 26th match. Triple D versus Dutch Clark.
Now that may be one of the biggest matches in EWE history if that goes down. I think definitely. But what I was saying is, from my perspective, it's like when I came in to EWE, I dropped Rob Van Dam, my favorite character at the time. I dropped him and came in as a revenge angle with Derek Daniels, and then so I think our streaks are a lot different because I was working my way up, as your streak is why you're already on top. So both of those have their pros and cons, I think, with how the competition we both had to face. You know what I'm saying? I think EWE now is a lot more top heavy than it was then. I think then you had a lot more talent spread out throughout the Fed, where now you have the top guys are in there, and I think there's a big gap between the top and the bottom now than there was then.
I wasn't around. I was around in like 05, obviously, and I followed you through through 04, and then the stuff in 06 and stuff. And I agree. I think the streaks are a lot different. I think you had it harder in some ways, and I think I have it harder in some ways.
Yeah, I agree with that.
When you're crawling from the bottom, obviously you have that determination. You have that motivation because you want to get to the top. When you're already at the top, you got to find that motivation. Of course, at the same time, it's a lot easier to defend the title than it is to win the title. You know, you have to beat the champion. So, yeah, I think it's a lot different. I would love to get, the 25 point, and I think that would make one hell of a pay-per-view, number 26. And, if you beat me, then I would be more than happy to say I tied the record, and share that with you.
Yeah, Jay asked me which one I would rather do. He was like, I think he said, would I rather face you when you were 24 or face you when you're 25? And I said, well, I want to let him tie because I think it'd be awesome to share. If he doesn't beat me, I think it'd be pretty awesome to share the title, or not the title, excuse me, but the streak. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Well, I'd be honored to say it. I mean, Mark, I know you're hanging back over there. Do you got anything to add?
No, I'm just ready to fall asleep.
It's like 1:20.
I think I was kidding, by the way. I think Dustin's unbelievably hot right now. I don't think anybody can beat him right now. I think Mike is too stale. I don't think he's as good as he used to be. If anybody could beat Dust, I think it's DDD if he's actually on his game right now. But I would love to see you guys go at it. Streak versus title. That'd be a great match.
John and I have had, how many matches we actually had against her? 3 in our career?
Really not as many as you would think. In all honesty, I remember one in WFS as John versus Jack, and I remember our 2 in EWE. I won one, you won one, and no, we had 3 in EWE. I'm sorry. The one at WrestleMania you won. As Dutch in the KOX you won, and then I won the other one. The random challenge.
Yeah, that was actually a really good RP. I remember that too. That I saw that later. I was actually thinking about that because did we ever face an HPW?
I don't think so.
I keep thinking we might have had one other match somewhere with I'm talking legitimate matches. Let me rephrase that because I'm sure we've had Royal Rumbles and stuff like that where we were in the match together.
Yeah, stuff like that. But one-on-one matches, which I don't think KOX was it one. I don't think it was one-on-one either. I think it just got branched out.
Yeah, it happened that way for a couple of reasons. One was KOX 2010 was we won the tag titles right after that. Remember?
Yeah, that was excellent writing too. The way it's set up, I think it's set up perfect.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. We have match of the year 2010, pitching contest. But that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I would love to do Dutch and Derek again, especially at this point in our careers. WrestleMania 7 was really an honor for me to be able to bring Jack back. I had a couple spot shows with him, but, to really be able to bring him back to where I felt, I think that was the best I've role-played with Jack Michaels since, the old days, and that, I think John brings out the best in me no matter what, probably because I feel like I'm facing myself in so many ways.
Yeah, because we know all of the tricks of the trade of one another.
Yeah.
It's like our WrestleMania RPs where we just kept constantly turning whatever happened in each RP, we would turn it around on one another. And then our third RP was like we did, or whatever the last one was. I think we went an extra limit. I'm not sure, but it was like the same role play, even though we hadn't discussed it, which was freaking awesome.
Fourth one. Yeah, that was our closer RP. They were almost identical. We had the video thing, or the repeat. It was weird. That was just weird. But yeah, it'd be great. I would love to have that opportunity once again. And I told John, I told Jay this too. If he wanted to face me tomorrow, I'd face him. I wouldn't have any qualms about putting quote unquote streak on the line. I would love. I mean, yeah, I would love to say I'm undefeated for a year. I mean, that would be ungodly. I mean, I think going 17-0 is ungodly in e-fitting these days. But you know, it is what it is. I'd love to have that opportunity again. So.
Well, regardless, I think I definitely think, you know, like you said, if it does come down to it, we're going to put on a clinic regardless, because I think, you know, I don't mind to toot my own horn, but I think I'm one of the best, and I think you are the best. So I think, you know, I think that way, and I'd rather, if it had to be anybody, I'd rather you break the streak than anybody else, because honestly, I mean, it'd mean more if, you know, if you know, Jay does it as Abby on ladies' night, whatever, let him go, you know, 57-0. I don't really care. But I think you know, I think you've ran the gauntlet, and I think you deserve it.
I appreciate that. I guess some other news we could talk about too. You mentioned the Abby streak. You know, I agree to some extent because yeah, it is ladies as we talked about, but it's still pretty impressive. I will give Jay that. It is pretty impressive because some of the handlers he has faced are good. So, you know, I can't take that away from him.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to take it away from him. But I'm just saying, you know, it's a different division. I'm not going to have Derek go over and face, you know, her just because she's, you know, 20 whatever and 0. I'm not into that. So I mean, like I told him on MSN not too long ago, I'm like, you can have it if you want it. I mean, with Abby, because I'm not gonna try to take it away from you. I don't really care.
I guess some other news we could talk about too. I mean, we mentioned Alessandro earlier, Abdul. He should be coming back to a full-time schedule, if I'm not mistaken, here pretty soon. I know he has some real-life issues going on, but, yeah, you know, that's a guy that you can't discount. He has probably some of the most unique RPs I've ever read. I just, you know, my biggest thing is, I've told Abdul this too, I think consistency is his problem. You know, he doesn't always produce the best RPs, you know. So I wonder how much that would play into it, you know.
Yeah, me and Abdul we don't get along too well. So I mean, but I think you're right in saying that he's inconsistent most of the time, because sometimes he'll come out with the best, you know, with an RP that's like, how did he come up with this idea? You know, it's crazy, and then the next one will be like, you know, typical. I'm sorry, I was laughing. Typical, you know, just straight up promo. And I'm like, you know, Abdul, you need to stick with, you know, need to. I don't know what is the saying. You need to ride with the horse that got you there, or dance with whatever he needs to do. He needs to stick with it.
What do you think, Mark? I mean, do you think? I mean, we all agree that Abdul's a great, a great role player, but I mean, do you think consistency hurts him?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Well, Mark, what do you see going on in EWE? There's got to be something that you want to talk about.
I'm going off on Ben right now.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think of other stuff. I mean, obviously we know. We'll talk about the stables and the tag teams. We were talking about how weak the tag team division was earlier. Do you think there's anybody potentially that should be teaming up that they're not?
I would like to see Ed and Quinn team up. I think that'd be a good tag team.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, me and Abdul are going to attempt to team up and try to become a tag team, and I think it would be really, really interesting to see the chemistry between me and Abdul.
Abdul.
What am I saying?
I love you.
Abdul.
It's called abs.
Call my fancy.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, 2 hours in, we're going to be cutting that out. You know, actually, I'm not cutting that out. Screw it. I'm not cutting it out. Screw it. That's too much editing. I don't know. I mean, I think that I think there's a lot of talent right now in EWE, more so than there has been in a long time. if Assassin can get back on track, if we could see Edge and Quinn and Mallory Costas and all these people, come the more the norm. I'm sorry, I'm reading what Jay told me, and he goes, if you feel good about this and people like it, I'd rather see the serious one you talked about become more the official. I think he wants us to do more of a serious version of this podcast.
Well, tell him to do it himself. No, I'm just kidding. JK.
Yeah. He wanted, like, where we're going to do it in character, which I have no problem with that. I mean, I don't mind doing those. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jonathan Steele. But, I mean, I kind of like talking like this because, realistically, I think that this podcast, I mean, you have 3 guys that are very talented writers that have been around EWE and e-fetting in general for years. So I would hope whoever's listening, benefits from what we're saying.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think that it's like, I mean, if you enjoy e-fetting, I think you'll enjoy this podcast. I mean, no matter how long it is. I could definitely sit here and listen to it. I know GIW does they do a thing just like this where they just run down the card out of character and go with it like that.
We can make this more of a normal thing. I mean, I have no qualms in doing this. It's just a matter of, like I said, getting the time together to do it. Usually we're on at night anyway, and maybe if we don't have 4 cards to run down, we could actually do this a little faster.
Yeah, I think next time we need to cut it around, 45 minutes max.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I think at 45 minutes to an hour should be your max for a podcast. Like I said, people are still listening to us at this point, which I think the guys like Mike and Scar and like that will be still listening because they're interested in the Fed. But it's a good dynamic. And the one thing that I think is important that a lot of people miss, I mean, it's not just about role playing per se. It's about developing the Fed. So.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if Jay will listen to it now or not because I told him he thought it was in character, and I told him it wasn't, and he says not as cool, but it should be okay for a laugh or two. So screw you, Jay. Oh, you both of you are children.
I'm not going to tell you what I just wrote John on MSN here, but,
Me too.
John's actually told me how much he loves me right now and the various acts we do together. And I'm not saying John and I are gay, but if we were, and if Mark and I were gay, that'd be a beautiful child. I'm just saying. So,
but I'm the better looking out of the 3 of us, so just move along with that.
Oh shit! You're badass.
John, I'll give you this. If we were in a beautiful Hobbit contest, you would win, no doubt.
Okay, that's hilarious. Make fun of the short hairy guy. That's hilarious.
Look, it's not my fault you're 5'1", okay?
I'm 5'6" for everybody listening out there.
He's 5'1", and that's when he's wearing elevator shoes. So,
I'm 5'6".
How did you ever play basketball, by the way? I'm just curious. I mean, I would have stepped on you.
You want to be honest of how I play basketball? Because I played it very well, in fact. I was I was sixth man off. I was sixth man off the bench on my varsity high school team. And I only averaged like 3 points a game, but I mean, still, that's besides the fact. I was sixth man off the bench.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get down to Kentucky, and I'm going to whoop the shit out of you on the basketball court.
You probably will now because I have a bum ankle, but yeah.
Well, John, I have no cartilage in either of my knees, so.
Well, it should be a very good. It should be a very good, a very good game. I'm sorry. Mark is talking to me on Facebook. Or MSN, whatever. He's making fun of the way I say Abdul.
Well, he's talking about Abdul on my MSN too, but I can't really say what he's repeating. So,
Neither.
Do you want to tell what I just said? Do you want to know what I just? Should we tell him what I just said to you, John?
No, we shouldn't. We should end this podcast now.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for listening. Sorry we went so long. I hope you enjoyed it at least. As always, this is the original dynamic one, Dustin J. Markowitz, alongside Mr. Hobbit himself, John. Oh, we can't call you that, can we? You gotta have a good nickname.
Thank you.
How about we'll call you Hornswoggle.
Whatever. No.
Sky Lolo, Little Beaver.
The hick from French Lick.
It's Joe Kentucky.
That's what they call. That's what they call Larry Bird for all of you out there.
We'll call you Dink the Clown.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever.
All right, no. Actually, we'll call you John.
How about just call me John North from Kentucky?
Can I call you Lawn John North? Because that's what I heard
Sure.
the reference says. Lawn John North.
That's what your mom says.
She probably does. Actually, no, she doesn't. You know, my mom would whoop the crap out of you. I'm just saying. She's about the same height as you, too, for the record. So, a couple inches shorter. But anyway, that was for the original dynamic on Dustin J. Markowitz, Lawn John North, and, of course, the original Mark Viviano.
I would like to say something before we go off the air. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Kincaid.
We're coming for you, nigga. No.
Oh, I am.
Real quick before we cut the podcast, I did watch on YouTube today. They did a slow down reaction of everyone's face during that interview. If you ever watched that with Booker T when he says that, oh my God, the reaction to that is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it is really funny.
And if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, what was it, about 95, John?
I think so. Yeah, you can. I think all you can do is YouTube Booker T, and it'll come up.
Yeah. We should really do a podcast that's just wrestling stuff. I think that'd be great.
I'm down, except all Mark will talk about is the Attitude Era, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, guys,
Because John Cena killed hardcore wrestling.
We'll talk about that there. Anyway, for John North and Mark Viviano, why can't I say your last name?
Viviano.
You motherfuckers. It's Viviano.
Viviano.
John North and Mark Viviano. I'm Dustin J. Markowitz. Thank you for listening. Good fight, good night, and catch us next time.
Peace.